Hi guys, once on my way home, I was listening to Jessica and Kwamina on 97.3 Citi FM. They were doing Traffic Avenue. Hilarious stuff. So they were sharing their most embarrassing moments, and some callers sent in voice notes recounting theirs. Two stories stood out for me. One, a lady said she went out to fetch water wearing just a piece of cloth, like collar. Yeah, around the neck. Yeah. Now she got to a particular spot where there were a lot of guys, and suddenly the piece of cloth said, "Familia, familia, familia." The thing just fell. You can imagine my shock when she said that on that fateful day she didn't wear. She said, "Godita tihan yemadora ko." I scream, "Father!" Not that I wanted to be there, but it was purely out of empathy. To be honest, trust me, it was out of empathy. Now, here's the second story that struck me the most. A Ghanaian student in Italy missed his way and got stranded, right? And he reached out to passers-by for help. Everyone ignored him. And he says he felt so humiliated and he was wondering what was wrong, what could it be? Then he looked around him and realized that nearly all the blacks within the precincts were beggars. And so people saw him as a beggar by the sheer color of his skin. So he took out his student ID card and said, "Hey, Boga, I'm not begging. I mean, you understand?" And then he got help eventually, but he felt very bad, just to put it very lightly. His last remarks was that he then understood how it felt like back at home, some of his actions and inactions, how they affected some other people. Guys, look. Even after many years of distinguished public service, the Ghanaianness of some people is questioned by their mere proximity or association with borderline people, accentuated by their inability to speak Twi. Welcome to Backpage. Your new satirical show on Citi TV. My name is Caleb Kudah. Okay, so I went to Benin over the weekend. I heard some French song B. I will share with you, but some book B has come, and it is creating political higgledy-piggledy, you understand? Details loading. Before then, look, the registration thing, no. There are real foreigners who are trying to get registered. And there are also genuine Ghanaians who are being unduly harassed and humiliated. And it must be, dealt with or addressed professionally. But if you seek to score political points with everything, you would end up scoring an own goal. And that is the story of No Ababase Chondramani Mahama.
We'll make all our people feel that they belong to this country, and that some people do not own this country more than others. And so everybody register. Your votes is your power. Let's register and kick out this non-performing government. It's been 8 years of abandoned projects, 8 years of failed promises. One village, one dam has not materialized. All the dams dry up in the dry season. Most districts do not have any factory yet, and yet it's all been propaganda, and propaganda.
Wow. Guys, wait, it's been 8 years of propaganda, 8 years of abandoned projects, 8 years of promises. We need to trace this. It seems we are missing a bell. You will kill somebody. Now, some say in the 8 years he's talking about, he's possibly, built the foundation for whatever he's complaining about. And then someone else has come to build the superstructure on that foundation, and he's complaining. Others say it is an unconscious concessionary speech through prophecy that he has lost to fellow Ghanaian. What do you think? What do you think? Has Mr. Mahama prophesied his own defeat already? Or you think that Akufo-Addo will in the elections? If you think that Akufo-Addo shout hallelujah, but if you think it's a prophecy of defeat, shout amen. Hey, look at you. Don't get BP right now. Now, Mr. Mahama says when he becomes president, nobody will die of coronavirus again. Da.
Ghanaians have seen through it, and on 7th December 2020, they are going to exercise their franchise to kick out this government. We will come back, we will restore economic prosperity in this country, and we will protect our people from the coronavirus. Look at the number of people who are dying from coronavirus, the number of people who have been infected. This government has failed in its coronavirus response.
Oh, so cute. All right, John, what exactly is your campaign message? Well, fellow Ghanaian Akufo-Addo said that he can't bring people back to life, but the economy, he can. So maybe, all right, John, you can promise to bring back the dead to life when you are voted into power, or even before you get the vote, you understand that we can't. Is that what you want to do? Because I'm not getting it clear. Tell us so that we know how to see you well. Now, frankly speaking, I mean, this is one of the most difficult elections to decide on. Personally, I don't know about you. I mean, the level of inspiration is pretty low. And the voter ID card, many are getting it done because in this country, it is very possible to wake up one day only to be told that you have to produce your voter ID card before you can get access to a public toilet. That alone.
Let me ask you, if you say a lot of middle class people have not registered because of the pandemic, are you one of them?
Yeah, I've not registered.
You've not registered?
Yeah.
Is it because of the pandemic?
Well, partly because it's also out of protest. It's out of protest.
So yeah. you are protesting by not registering?
Yes. But of course, there's still 1 day left.
You are forfeiting your right.
I might change my mind. There's still 1 day left.
You are forfeiting your right to register. As in, because to be fair, in the final phase, there isn't any crowding. There's social distancing.
See, some of us have taken a principled stance that this direction that this country is going is taking us into what we saw in Ivory Coast with Voltaire. I have been against this from 2016. You can check all my writings in my blog, on Facebook. I'm very, very, very suspicious of this new trend. We have to be very careful as a country.
So you see, I'm not the only one. No. Almighty nanotechnology, so he's disenchanted. But me, I've done my own because in the future we may need it for public listening. So really, what is all the chaos all about? What all this?
Security for no air frustrating voting. My baby, my teacher will videos.
You listen to Mr. Mahama and you want to get some painkillers. Then you see what the government people are doing. And then you get the feeling that, are they really that scared? Like, does John Mahama really terrify them that much? Seriously, people have real issues that bother them. People are tired of perfunctory functions and empty speeches. You say free water, but the water only flows through the taps when we are fast asleep. And so if you take a walk around 3 a.m.-ish, you will see treated water flooding streets from people's homes because they leave the taps on, not knowing when the taps will flow. There is no water. Achimalio. And people have real pandemics they are dealing with. Real pandemics.
This road is even more pandemic than the coronavirus. This road is too dangerous. Look at me, I'm very sick. I take Uber from this place to Kolebu just because I can't sit in the trotro. Because from here to the junction alone, it can even damage my system. So tell our leaders or whoever is listening to us, we are also human beings. This 2020, they will come around that we should vote for them. We are waiting for them. We are waiting.
They are waiting for you. Bachelor people are waiting for the two of you. You will go and meet them. Okay? But the thing is, Ghanaians will be angry, they'll be angry, fine. But when the political leaders show up in their area, they will walk through the rings, go and cheer them, walk back through the mud, high on empty promises, and then after the vote, they channel all their frustrations to journalists. What at 12 a.m. crying a frog catch say, but seriously, Awoshi Mangwasi residents got really tired of a special pandemic that has since the beginning of this year claimed at least 10 lives, according to the assemblyman.
We have sent numerous complaints to the MC, which he himself has also forwarded to various authorities, according to what he told me. And then actions are yet to be taken on it. This year alone, if I'm not mistaken, we have about 10 people knocked down on the street this year alone.
Now, after the death of the 4-year-old and the protests, more importantly, because the death could have gone without much changing, there have been several of that, the MCE said, they would do the traffic light.
We are going to liaise with the authorities who are in charge of the street lights, because the lights are not being maintained by that assembly. It's urban routes. We will get on them and then we sit down with them and make sure that they always make sure the lights are working.
But one critical virus that came up is the fact that when the street lights and traffic lights are fixed, people steal the cables and other accoutrements. But why?
Now that they are fixing it, the onus is now going to lie on the community again, because they'll be stealing the wires and the other thing, they'll be cutting the cables away. You understand? So we are all going to be one and tax ourselves to become watchmen of the project.
Charlie, we are special. See, the way politicians are falling over themselves, ensuring that we get registered, that we vote for them and all that, no. Is that the same way they address burning issues of concern to us, the citizens? Look at what residents of Awutu-Loye, I'm sure, are dealing with. Just look. Hey.
All I know degree ano higher. You didn't company first one, your company second one. Tiama any drivers and a fight. The momoka so much here. A spread equal mango farm for Zunum. Since Zunum used to a chrono. And one ADBC and Yaman, one ADB wash your cars, and one ADB be a ball and Angasan over the ball and air poison. Send your poison, and Cabedan and can number wounds Zunum and Kibibu. Poison. It's one thing is a ball and a high, Omega common jay. That's almost so much is for the house, common sasa. Near Hontoy.
That is a community where people live in the 21st century, and that is how we are disposing of refuse. And there is another pandemic. While the chiefs and residents are calling for the relocation of the dump site now, some unemployed youths who are scavengers on the refuse dump site say it will affect their source of daily bread. Yeah, they find bread where Bola is. Just see how these young people who have been promised jobs by both parties before, see how they were chasing the Bola car to get the juiciest part of the Bola so they can get their daily bread. See.
All this system is classified under informal sector. So as we allow them to work, they too, in fact, they are comfortable for the less that they get to feed themselves, and maybe they can make more money to their various sisters and brothers or siblings.
Now, I know people are making money through recycling and things, but this, what are you telling me? And they will come and tell us unprecedented this, unprecedented that. We have created 2 million jobs, 500,000, whatever. Look at that. Just look at that. The politicians do not throw their bola in that place. And that is true. You may argue. But they have a mandate to ensure that Accra, including a Hutu lawyer, becomes just livable, because the cleaner city thing, we all know, say, it was a scam. We have accepted it, pure scam. Simple bola and sanitation issues. Simple bola. We can't. But we are busy fighting. Founders Day, Founders May, Founders Clay, Founders something, Founders whatever. Welcome back from that break. Welcome. Why? So about the book I was telling you about, Working with Rollins.
When Rawlings and his entourage got to the entrance and the crowd surged forward to acknowledge their hero, Rawlings got hold of Bede's testicles and squeezed them hard. So hard that he believes he fainted. When Bede recovered, he was outside the Congress Hall and the people were fanning him. Those people did not know what had happened. They only knew he had fainted. Now let me calm down. When I confronted President Rawlings, he only burst out laughing and said, I should have squeezed them harder. Within the small circle of the NDC leadership who had knowledge of this incident, it was referred to in harsh tones as the Abobo Ntoshe affair, or Abobo Ntoshe, or Abobo, the crusher of testicles affair.
No, did I hear Abobo Ntoshe? Oh, Honorable Bezidi, don't mind JJ, okay? Apparently, in the book, he's recorded to have said that giving the chance, like you go, no, it's. I feel your pain. Hey, let me help you cool down with this special song just for you. You understand? It's a song that I returned from Benin with. Enjoy it. Special dedication to Honorable Bede Zidane. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, it's French. We don't really understand what is going on, but what we remember, you understand? I hope you enjoy it. Now, this book will bring matter. It will bring matter. Now, the way Rawlings disturbed Professor Mills that today, he and Akufo-Addo, their best is new in this life. Oh, no. The man disturbed Prof. that in working with Rawlings, the author says that we are lucky that Prof. Mills called him. Otherwise, he had resigned.
The man, he's not well, so he cannot govern. He won't leave it for somebody else to come and do it. I mean, all kinds of innuendos, you know.
Yeah.
And
so that's actually rather deepening the cracks.
Yes, because as I have explained, there was one particular incident which caused President Mills nearly to resign. In fact, he resigned. The only thing that saved this country...
As president?
Yes. The only thing that saved this country was that he called to tell me that he was resigning. And
he spoke in Fanti?
Yes, we used to.
What's
Majai?
Prof. Taya. As people that give out funds, some Jane, oh, Sana, they suffer, they endure things. Oh. Rest in peace, okay? I'm sure you have come across calls by President Akufo-Addo to his babies. I mean, free SHS graduates to pass their final exams and shame the devil. Well, Akufo-Addo babies have proven to be babies with sharper and stronger teeth and bigger biceps, beating invigilators left, right, and center. What is amazing is that the headmaster of a school called Bright SHS in Gukran, to me, in the Eastern region, is said to have, incited students to attack WAEC officials.
So this is the headmaster telling the students to stop the exams and they should all come out. Look at him, yeah, that's him. That's him. That's him.
Wow. So how did it all happen? We are told the school is famed for cheating. So as this time they couldn't, the proprietor got agitated, and then what happened?
The proprietor of the school, he got agitated, went to the center, and then on top of his voice, he started shouting, "Stop writing the exams," incited the candidates. "Stop writing the exams. Get out. All of you get out. Stop writing the exam." Then we're with him because we're also there. Before we realized, the students had surrounded us. Once they surrounded us, then they gave them the command, "Beat them." So they started beating us.
And so they started beating them, including one of the invigilators who sees himself as Macho Kakra. Macho, how was it like?
So my guy there, he be macho man pass me, he then catch him first, then started beat him, then take him phone, then jail watch. Charlie, be like then they beat you or then they rob you too. So if my guy they go save, we be like one blow land for my eye top. Somebody with me at the way like 100 and something kg per 4 gram. Charlie, I not see anything. Then they step my back and things. But I managed to get up where I pull my guy out. Charlie, I dey go see them blood they come out from my eye top. Hey, I make sad. I say, hey, like these kids go kill me. Some foolish death like that.
Wow. So Macho, as you call police, what them do?
Charlie, we call police. Police come like 45 minutes later. Charlie, can you imagine the headmaster? They don't mind himself. They don't even arrest him. The headmaster just go to the police station. Some kiddies, they arrest them for exam malpractice, then release them. I come back from the police hospital. I go back to the police station, Charlie. They don't arrest the headmaster. We inquire from the policeman. I say, oh, then they get pressure from above, say, me, they release the man. Hey, Charlie. For the first time yesterday, I regretted being a Ghanaian. Oh, guys, Charlie, this country be messed up. For real, Charlie.
The country mess up, Ampa. Baba now, sir. Kafra. We are told the school is being investigated and is likely to be shut down when the outcome determines so. And the man, the head teacher, has been called by the police, I'm told. Now, the Bright School is not the only school where students have gone bonkers attacking invigilators because they couldn't cheat in the exams. The great Nderu Ajakpa must be turning in his grave because candidates in a school named after him also went bananas, attacking and causing damage to a 6-unit classroom block built to help the double track system in their own school. And the invigilators were too strict, and so they couldn't copy their colleagues in their exams. Wait. Exam malpractices, right? It's not a new thing. But the sheer bravado, the effrontery, and the nerves to attack invigilators, supervisors, and destroy property because invigilators were simply doing a good job? Boy, now that's novelty. Now that's unprecedented, incredible. I'm bamboozled. Hey, you attack an invigilator in an exam hall for preventing you from cheating? This is so wrong. Like, how did you... What can I say? How did we cook it and it didn't be? I can't think far. And to think that some of them got nerves to be twerking here and there. Then later held abusive languages at the only president in our history so far as I know it, to have used taxpayers' money to buy past questions for candidates so that they can pass and we will shame our enemies. I just realized. See, they almost destroyed someone's eyes totally. Seriously, guys, you need to help me understand this. People say the correct schools like O'Reilly, SHS, Ewutu Winton, and the likes, they are conducting themselves very well, you know what I mean? So what is this tomfoolery and sense of entitlement all about? Like, what is it? They said they won't do the science practicals, they won't do it. But if you trace, you will see them inebriciously twerking somewhere. No, but I don't get it. Were they seriously unprepared? Was it an insensitive decision to make them, sit for their exams in a COVID time when their compeers elsewhere were not? I mean, did the thing affect them psychologically? Would they have gone bonkers if their entrepreneurship went in their favor? I don't really get it. Or they are inspired in some way by Honorable Minister Hawa Kunsin's way of solving issues like Kumeprako kind of things. Like Mebo to pay kind of issues. Because I don't understand. I am gobsmacked.